Putin mocks Zelensky's nuke ambitions. Reveals Russia's power on camera. Putin pours cold water on Zelensky's nuke ambition? Russian president's big admission on Russia's power to track Kyiv's nuke plans. Putin says, Ukraine's steps to build nuclear weapons will see appropriate reaction. Russian president calls Zelensky's comments on nuclear arms for Ukraine dangerous provocation. Amid the ongoing deadly Russia-Ukraine war, President Zelenskyy clarifies his statement on nuclear weapons. Russian President Vladimir Putin on October 18 condemned comments by Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy, suggesting that Kyiv would seek nuclear weapons if it could not join NATO as a dangerous provocation. Ukrainian President Zelenskyy made the comments at an EU summit on October 17 in which he said either Ukraine will have nuclear weapons, which will protect it, or the nation must have some kind of alliance. When asked about Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy's statement that Ukraine needs either nuclear weapons or NATO membership to guarantee its security, and a Bild report claiming that Ukraine could develop nuclear weapons, Putin said that any step in this direction would be met with an appropriate reaction. Further mocking Ukraine, President Putin said that it is not difficult to create nuclear weapons in the modern world, adding that he does not know whether Ukraine is capable of doing it now because it is not so easy for Ukraine today. Meanwhile, Ukraine's Zelenskyy clarified that Ukraine is not pursuing nuclear weapons but stressed the need for NATO membership for security amidst Russian aggression. Later, in a meeting with NATO top chief Mark Rutte, Zelenskyy said that Ukraine has never discussed preparing to produce any nuclear weapons or to build a nuclear bomb. Ukraine's foreign ministry even issued a statement saying that Kyiv is not planning to develop weapons of mass destruction and remains committed to nuclear non-proliferation. On the other hand, speaking to media, Russian President Vladimir Putin said that Moscow remained ready for talks to end the conflict in Ukraine and reaffirmed that a draft document negotiated during the talks in Istanbul in March 2022 should be the basis for any prospective talks. Ukraine inherited the world's third-largest nuclear arsenal when the Soviet Union broke up in 1991. It surrendered it 3 years after receiving security guarantees from Russia and the United States. Those security guarantees, known as the Budapest Memorandum, required that the signatories respect Ukraine and the other ex-Soviet republics' territorial integrity and independence. Amid the escalating war, Russia said that its military launched attacks on the Ukrainian army at multiple places on October 20, while Ukraine claimed it struck a military airport and factory of Russia. The Russian Defense Ministry said in a briefing released on October 20 that the Russian army hit the Ukrainian forces and clusters of manpower and military hardware in 131 areas, and repelled the Ukrainian armed forces trying to enter Kursk Oblast.